About an hour before posting this, I debated a guy named Blackbird on TikTok. Now, I never really had a lot of interaction with this man. I just saw him as a progressive and he had really shitty takes. But I decided to debunk one of his videos and then he made a video about it. So I just decided to call him out to debate. And boy, was that one of the best decisions I've ever made. A 33-year-old man acting like a 9-year-old child whenever he argues with his parents. That's exactly what it was like. In the end, it was pretty funny and he was frustrated as hell. So let's watch it. Trust me, you should keep watching it. It gets funnier and funnier as it goes on.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Not much, not much. So you think I take a shit, right?
Yes, I think you take a shit. I'm about to send you to the gulag, so let's go.
Oh, okay. All right, let's hear it. All right, I'm trying making you concede that minimum wage is immoral in general. I'll get you to do that real quick.
No, that's not the point you made. That's not the point you made. You said
What's the point?
You said that cost of living is subjective. That is your point. So debate that.
All right.
Is cost of living subjective?
All right, let's establish what terms mean real quick, so we understand like our arguments. So what is your definition of cost of living?
What do you mean? What is the definition of cost of living?
No, I want your definition.
No. You're the one with the shit take on the definition of cost of living. So you tell me what you think cost of living is, since you think that cost of living is subjective. I know what cost of living is. I don't have to debate what cost of living is because I already know what it is. So why don't you tell me what cost of living is and why it's subjective? Did you not say it was subjective? Yes or no?
Yeah, no, I agree. I would say it's subjective. All right, so when we made, you made your point. You made the claim on Tyler's argument of cost of living. So I'm asking you. That's the whole reason why I tried to refute.
No, I didn't make. So yes, I made a claim, but I made a true claim. I don't have to defend that true claim.
Let me speak real quick, Blackbird. Let me speak real quick. All right. So whenever I was refuting your claim, you made the claim about cost of living, right? So therefore, it is your burden to define what your terms mean.
No, you said cost of living is subjective. It is not subjective. So you have to tell me why cost of living is subjective.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying. Okay, so cost of living, like I'm trying to hear your definition of it, but if you guys want to hear mine, it's like requirements to live, or what is it? What do you want?
Sure, right. So, well, just go ahead. Tell me what your definition of cost of living is.
Yeah, like the prices in certain society in order for you to be able to maintain your well-being and live.
Correct. Right. That is the factual definition.
Perfect. I can't believe you agree with that definition.
Within an area, right?
Oh, just in general. I don't necessarily. I agree that area has.
No, within an area.
Well, I agree that area has something to do with it, and it's a major factor.
No, area has everything to do with it.
Yeah.
So does somebody who lives in San Diego, California, have the same cost of living as somebody who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
I'm not arguing that.
Yes or no?
Hey, listen, I'm not arguing that area has nothing to do with it. I agree with you. I'm saying that area has not, or it's like area is not the only thing to do with it. There are other factors in like that are just
such
beyond
as
the area.
Such as.
For example, well, I can just name an example right now. What if, a store clerk just decides, hey, I'm going to sell you this thing that you need for less than the original price. Therefore,
then he objectively decreases the cost of living within that area.
No,
does the clerk not live in an area?
Let me finish real quick. All right.
Sure,
so,
go ahead.
Say, I know the store owner, right? He's really cool, right? And he's,
okay.
I've known him for years. And he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell this to you for a lower price, right? And then
sure.
Then the other guy's like, then another customer walks in. He wants it for the lower price as well. But the guy's like, I don't know you that well. That's different costs, right there. That's different costs.
That has nothing to do with the cost of living. The cost of living is objectively what the price of the item. So you're saying to me that if a random store clerk decides to sell me something, so are you saying to me that if a random store clerk decides to sell me something for less money because I'm buddy with him, then that decreases the cost of living in the area? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Blackbird.
Is that what you are saying?
Let me finish real quick. Let me talk real quick because okay. First of all, you
didn't answer the question, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide.
I'll answer your question, right? What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get this point across your head because it proves that the cost of living is subjective to each individual.
Wrong. You can't prove that.
Are you telling me that some store owner can give a discount to another person for like bread or something?
Of course. Why not? Does that decrease the cost of living in the area?
You just proved that the cost is subjective.
No, the cost is not subjective because that person would objectively paying less money because the store owner decided to make them pay less. That is a ridiculous hypothetical. It is a ridiculous hypothetical. It is a ridiculous hypothetical, and you know it's a ridiculous hypothetical. And you have to resort to ridiculous hypotheticals to make your point. The cost of living within an area is objective. If somebody decides to sell me something for less money, that doesn't change the overall or even the average cost of living within that area.
Dude, are you are you telling me this never happens at all? Like, okay. What I'm trying to say, right? What I'm trying to say is that
I don't have any proof that it does or does happen. It doesn't matter because it's all it's hyperbole. You're making a ridiculous. It's not analogous whatsoever. You're making a ridiculous hyperbole.
Blackbird, let me finish real quick, right? So I will agree that the cost of living can be like on average for certain people, but that doesn't mean it's objective or anything like that. It is subjective with each individual because you have certain costs and everything, right? So whenever, like, for example, like my store, are you telling me, like, I want to go back to this real quick. Are you telling me that a store owner can never ever give a discount, or it never happens at all?
That's a stupid argument. I'm not going to engage it. It's a ridiculous analogy.
Answer yes or no. Answer. Yes
I'm not going to engage with it because it is a ridiculous, hyperbolic analogy. It's ridiculous.
How is it ridiculous?
Because you're saying that if a store owner allows me to pay less money for something, then the cost of living within that area averagely goes down for everybody else, and that's not true. That's not true. It's not true. Period. It's not true. It's a ridiculous argument, and I refuse to engage with it because it's dumb.
I never said in a certain area. That's why I literally don't agree with that it's objective in one area. What I'm trying to say is that it's
so answer my question. Is the cost of living for somebody who lives in San Diego, California, the same as the cost of living for somebody who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico? Do they have the same cost of living? Yes or no?
Can I finish my other argument?
Do they have the same cost of living? Yes or no? This is a very simple question to answer. Does somebody who lives in San Diego, California, have the same cost of living than somebody who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Can I answer?
Yes or no?
Can I answer, please?
Yes or no?
Like, and you're gonna let me talk why and reason?
Go ahead.
Okay. Cool. All right. No, and I literally agree with you earlier.
No,
that area
there you
has
go.
Some kind of.
You conceded. You just conceded the argument.
No, I
You just conceded the argument. But continue.
No, I didn't.
You lost already. But go ahead.
What part did I concede? Okay.
You conceded that two different areas have two different costs of living.
What I'm trying to know, let's set up a premises because I don't think we got a very good or like what are arguing or what we're trying to argue. You're arguing that area is the only thing that has to do with the cost of living. Like for some reason, if you just walk onto this like border, boom, the cost of living just changed all of a sudden. Is that like what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Area is the objective. Like it determines for some reason. I don't know why. It just determines, right? My argument is that it's subjective for each individual. It changes for each individual. And I will admit that area has some kind of effect in it, but it's not the only one. All right, there's multiple factors. Like, for example, I gave the example earlier, which can happen. I don't know if you agree it happens. It happens all the time. I got a Chipotle with some friends up there, and they gave me a free burrito, so I like that, And so, that's just an example right there. So people have different, it costs them less. It costs them less sometimes because, they have certain situations that happen, right?
You're talking about, again, a ridiculous, hyperbole, that doesn't affect the overall cost of living in the area. So let me get this straight. So you're telling me that when we're talking about what a livable wage is, how do we determine a livable wage based on area? We extrapolate the data of how much it would cost the average individual, one person to live, to have the basic needs of housing, clothing, food, hygiene products, etc. And then we pay that person that amount of money. Whatever other subjective circumstances that happen doesn't change the cost of living. That's why it's called the cost of living and not my cost of living. It is the cost of living because it is based on the average cost of living within that particular area.
Dude, you're taking the
this is not a difficult concept to understand, at all.
Let me refute that real quick. Refute that real quick. I literally said earlier, average doesn't mean objective. You're saying it's an objective amount. You're saying it's an objective amount for some reason. That there's no other outside outside factors that can affect that at all, or anything like that. You're saying that it's an objective amount. However, average doesn't mean objective. Would you agree with that?
Because when you're talking about a livable wage, we equate the livable wage to what the minimum wage should be. So you have to start at the lowest scale, not at the highest. Again, if I make $100 an hour and you make $20 an hour, is the cost of living different for each of us.
What does that have to do with the cost of living? Say that one more time. Say that one more time because I feel like I misunderstood your
if I make $100 an hour,
yeah,
and you make $20 an hour, is the cost of living, or is the cost of living the same for both of us? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Because if something costs $50, even if I make $100 an hour and you make $20 an hour, we still have to pay the same cost for the same item. The cost of living does not change regardless of my circumstances.
Time out.
So if you make $20 an hour and you have 4 roommates and I make $20 an hour and I have no roommates, is the cost of living different for both of us? Yes or no? Would we pay different prices for the same item?
Dude, okay,
would we pay different prices for the same item? Yes or no? Yes or no? Would we pay different prices?
Can I answer it? And then I can explain why.
Answer it.
Okay, cool. So how much? Okay, let's. I'm actually explaining. So you got 4 roommates, right? You have 4 roommates, and y'all decide to split, the bed or like the room, or what you call it, the house or something like that, right? How much? Split it like down in 4. Let's say it's like rent's like $1,000, and it goes down to $250. How much would you have to pay? How much would you have to pay?
$250.
Okay, cool. So then you would agree that like for someone who doesn't have the opportunity, right, it changes, right?
So yeah, so if you have 4 roommates living in an apartment and the rent is $1,000, each individual will pay $250, splitting that between 4 people, right?
Yeah.
But if I was one person,
Blackbird. So that's less
right,
compared to another house who doesn't have that opportunity to like share a house with friends because that's
okay. Let's say it's one person, right?
Okay, yeah. So then he also has to pay $1,000, right? Because it's like
right. He has to pay $1,000. Yes.
Oh my God, this is too easy. You just conceded that the cost of living for each person is different.
So no, I didn't.
Yes.
So each no. So the cost of living is the same for all 5 people in the scenario. Is the rent $1,000 or not?
Sure, it's $1,000, but how much?
The rent remains $1,000 regardless of whether or not they have roommates. That is the cost of living.
Wait, how much does the
It is the cost of living. It is not your cost of living. It is the cost of living, and that is based on an individual in an area and whether or not they should be able to afford, again, like we'll just say the basic needs: a 1-bedroom apartment, clothes, hygiene, food, etc. That is cost of living. The rent is still $1,000. It doesn't matter if they're paying less. Both parties are still paying $1,000 for rent because $1,000 is the cost of living for rent in that area. How do you not understand this? This is a very simple concept.
Let me explain real quick. Okay, so we agreed on the definition, what the cost of living, right? We agreed that it's the individual, how much it costs for him to require to maintain, maintain himself.
Wrong. That is not. Right? That is not what we established. That is not what we established.
Whatsoever. Wait, that's the exact wording. What was it then?
Would you like me to look up the definition of cost of living? Because now I feel like because you don't understand what cost of living is, I have to pull up the definition of no, because you don't seem to agree on what the cost of living what the actual definition is. So I'll pull it up for you, since you're confused.
We agreed on that definition.
No, we did not.
I can literally play it back. Oh my God.
And so what you will try to do is you'll try to twist my words in some way because you guys are really good at that.
No,
right? Right? You guys are really good at twisting words and making semantical arguments because that's what you do, and it's the only way you guys can win arguments, which you still don't lose anyway. But like you guys and Tyler's minions think that you win arguments, but you don't because the people who you're arguing against are too ignorant to figure out that you're making semantical arguments. So since you don't want to agree on what the cost of living is because you don't know what it is, then we will look up the objective definition of cost of living, and you don't want me to because you know that once I do, you're going to take another L. I've already given you an L. Now I'm going to give you another.
Did you just say definition?
I'm sorry? Say that one more time?
Did you just say an objective definition?
Of cost of living?
No, not in general. You just said objective definition. There's no such thing as an objective definition.
Sure, if you want to play that word game, sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, so why? Okay, time out.
We will go with how about if I say accepted? How about if I say accepted definition? Is that a little better for you? Do you want to continue to play word games with me?
Sure,
You can't play word games with me, bro. You cannot play. So do you want to go with acceptable definition?
I didn't want to do
that. We'll go with acceptable definition instead of objective definition. Since you want to continue to play word games.
Agree, then disagree with
you want to play word games? I can play word games too. Sure, no problem. Let's play the definition game.
Let me talk real quick.
Let's play this game.
Right?
You've been talking a lot, and you're saying a whole lot of nothing.
So have you. Don't worry. Okay.
Sure.
You and I established on a certain definition, right? Then I explained why you were wrong, and I'm like, okay, so then they have different cost of living, therefore, going back to that definition. Then you realize your argument fell apart immediately. Now you're having to resort to Google in order to find your definition.
Yes. No. So let me get this straight. I told you that the cost. So rehash to me what.
Wait, time out. What does Google say?
You understood what I said the cost of living is. Rehash to me what you think I said the cost of living is.
I thought it was based off my not my definition. I thought it was based off like a general, like I honestly, like I like this definition. Cost of living is.
Did I not say that it's based on the area? Did I not say that?
No, wait, no, time out. When we agreed to our definition, you didn't say anything about area.
Yes, I did.
No, oh my God, I can't wait to play this back. No, we agreed. Okay, we agreed on this definition, right? We agreed that the cost of living is basically the amount of money it takes for a man to maintain himself in a.
So you're trying to change the definition of cost of living, then, right? Is that what you're trying to do,
dude? Okay, refute my definition. If there's no such thing as objective.
Sure. All right, no, because you're doing, bro, you're doing the same shit that Tyler does. You try to, like he says, define this, and then when somebody doesn't do it perfectly, then you try to attack that argument. But here, no, because I'm gonna read to you, bro. You can't do this to me. I don't fall for this shit that these other people do who debate fucking Tyler and you because you guys are not intelligent. So let's go with the. Let's go with the general definition then. Let's go with the general definition. So anyway, we're gonna. So what is the cost of living? The cost of living is the amount of money needed to cover basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare in a certain place or time period. Do you disagree with that definition of cost of living?
I disagree with the last part.
So you choose to be ignorant. You choose to be ignorant then.
Wait.
So you choose to say that that's so no. So I'm looking up literally the definition here. I'm looking up the definition of cost of living, and you are choosing to say that you don't want to subscribe to a particular part of that definition because what?
Wait, this is an appeal to definition fallacy. Dude,
it's not an appeal to definition fallacy. Not everything is a fallacy. Not everything is a fallacy. Yes, I'm appealing to the definition because you don't seem to want to agree on what the definition is. So it is not an appeal. Do you think that every appeal to something is a fallacy? Is that what you're saying to me right now?
Wait,
do you think that an appeal to anything is a fallacy? Is that what you're saying to me right now?
No, I'm saying appeal to definition is a fallacy. If you say
no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not always a fallacy. You can appeal to a definition without it being a fallacy. You can appeal to a definition without it being a fallacy. You guys just think that if you say fallacy and then put words in front of it, then it's a fallacy. That's not how it works.
Other people say this is what a word means. All right, that's not how arguments work. That's called a definition to or appeal to definition fallacy due to the fact that makes no sense. How can wait, time out.
Wrong. So you don't want to go by that, then we can go by multiple sites that show what the cost of living is, and they all go by what's fifth? Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Are those not places or not? Is Arizona a place? Is Arizona a place? This is a very easy question to answer. Is Arizona a place or not?
Yeah, sure. What are you arguing?
So if you look up the cost of living, it will show you places.
I don't care
which is an area. It doesn't show you individual people and how much they may or may not have to pay for something.
Dude, it's average. It's not proving your argument. You're not proving that there's an average. I mean, yeah, there's an average anything. You're proving that it's objective.
Yes, I have.
So again, it's average.
So if you look up the cost of living, what are you going to find? Are you going to find people's individual incomes and some fucking random analogy of a shop owner who gives his employees discounts? Is that what you will find if you look up cost of living? What will you find? You will find areas. You will find even if I click images, what does it show here for cost of living? It shows individual states and their individual cost of living based on that area.
Because you weren't.
You're trying to change the definition of cost of living, and I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Okay, let me explain real quick. Because you've been talking for a while, right? So let me talk real quick. So the reason why, you agreed that definitions are subjective, right? So I have my own definition.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I did not say that definitions are subjective. That's not what I said at all.
Wait, you said they weren't objective. That it's a dichotomy. So I'm assuming you mean a subject.
What are you talking about?
Wait,
stop putting words in my mouth. Stop putting words in my mouth and just
did you say that? Did you not say that definitions aren't objective?
No, I did not say that. You said that I couldn't use.
Oh my
excuse me.
I'm gonna make a compilation out of this.
Yes,
bro.
please, because you're posturing right now. You're posturing, and I personally find it hilarious. So let me get this straight. You said that I can't say that a definition is objective, and as a response, my exact words were, "Would you prefer?" Hold on, wait. Let me finish. My exact words were, "Would you prefer me to use what was the word I used? Like average or the general definition, right?"
No,
I didn't subscribe to your idea that definitions are objective or subjective. You are the one making a dichotomy. You're making a dichotomy.
Time out. What is your interpretation of what objective means? Because I feel like you have a very you don't understand.
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
What? That's the basis of our argument. What do you?
It's not. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So are we going to agree or not agree to go with the general? Are we going to agree or not to agree to go? So are you actually saying to me that you can make words be whatever you want them to be? Is that what you're saying to me right now?
That's the fucking point.
Is that what you're saying to me?
Words are meant to describe certain things, and it's not objective.
Right.
What? Okay, time out. Your argument is that not definite. We skewed off into this weird ass argument. Your argument is that the cost of living is objective. So when I ask you to provide what objective means, you can't just say that doesn't matter. That's literally half your argument right there.
Okay. Sure. So, is a dog a cat? Yes or no? It's a very simple question.
What? Like, are they the same?
Yes or no?
Species?
It's a dog and cat.
No, they're not the same. No,
So why do we call it a dog?
That's the point of words.
Why do we call it a dog? Why do we call it a dog?
Okay, yeah. Okay, listen. They're used to describe certain things to not get them confused, right? Like, for example, dogs and cats, right? We use certain words to describe those, species in order to not get them confused. That's the point of words. Now, in some other society, you can call dogs cats and cats dogs. Like, flip it for some reason.
Where? In what other society would you call a dog a cat? Where? Tell me where.
Dude, it's a made-up society. Like, you can call it, and it
where?
wouldn't be
a made-up society, just like your arguments are made up. Dude, right? You live in this fucking pretend fantasy world that you think exists. You live in this fucking pretend fantasy world. So let me get this straight. So you guys particularly have the argument that you can't change the definition of words, and this is a common attack on the left. That, for example, we can't change the definition of racism, and you get mad at that, and then you try to appeal the definition, but now definitions don't matter, right?
Dude, time out. No. Okay, you're okay. You're generalizing me. You think I'm like some conservative who wants to change the definition of.
It's not what I said. It's not what I said.
Then why the fuck you bring up the racism part?
It's not what I said.
Okay. What? Okay.
Because it's a common example. That's why. Thank you for the glasses, my guy. Deal with it. Next.
Generalizing, bro.
Next.
You have no idea what terms mean. Okay, so.
Oh man, you're getting body right now, bro. You're already in the gulag. This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, wait.
This is ridiculous. You're getting bodied right now. Okay, so do you want to continue arguing the semantics of the word objective definition or not? Is that the hill you want to die on?
What is your interpretation of what objective means? What does that mean? That's like your basis of your argument. I'm trying to understand your argument, and you can't even provide me what your definitions are.
So something that is objective is something that is objective is something that is true.
True, like what? That's like objectively true. Yeah. So like, what does it mean to wait, what? That's like saying wait, okay, well let me think. What does it mean to be true? What does it mean to be true? I'll just ask you that.
What does it mean to be true?
Yeah.
Something that is factual.
Factual.
Right?
Okay.
It can be proven with whatever observation data, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So why is your definition true compared to mine?
Okay, again, I'm not going to subscribe to what you want to say what my definition is. I'm going to subscribe what the definition is, right, of cost of living. And the definition of cost of living, as I already entailed, is the amount of money needed to cover basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare in a certain place or time period. That
Okay,
is
but
the definition.
Why does that definition
It's so
supersede
it is
mine?
so because it is the definition, it is also my definition.
Okay,
Is that
but
hard to understand?
why does that supersede my definition?
So what is your tell me what your definition is then.
My
Like, repeat it for me.
definition was the cost of living is like pretty much that entire thing you just said, but without the area part. I will agree that area has a major effect in it, but it's not the only effect. Wait, time out. You even said time. Wait, oh my God, your definition even proves you wrong. Because you said area.
What are you talking about?
Wait, time out. You said the area. Okay, this is like a small little argument right here, but you literally said that area is the only effect in it, and your definition proves you wrong because you said now your definition says time also has an effect in it. So boom.
What year is it, bro?
Why does it?
What year
why
is
does
it?
this matter?
What year is it? What year is it? What year is it? Again, you're trying to get me on a technicality. Is it currently 1925? Is it currently 1925? Yes or no?
That's like saying
because you're trying to get me on a technicality, and it's ridiculous. This is what you guys resort to. You resort to bad faith technicalities to try to like think that you got a gotcha moment. You don't. What year is it? What year is it? Oh, do you not know what year it is? Do you not know what year it is? Do you not know what year it is? What year is it? What year is it? This is a very simple question. What year is it? What year is it? What year is it? What year is it?
Why does that matter?
It's 2021. Is it 1925? Yes or no? 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 Is it 1925?
No.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Is it 1925? Yes or no?
Dude, you're talking over me so much.
Is it 1925?
No,
why can't you answer the question? No, it's not 1925, right? So was the cost of living in 1925 the same that it is in 2021?
Why does this matter? That's like saying, does Texas
is the cost of living in 1925 the same as it is in 2021? Yes or no?
Oh my God, no. And why?
Yes or no? Why can't you answer the question? Why can't you answer the question?
Like a fucking child. How old are you?
Why can't you answer the question? It's a simple chat. Can you guys answer? Is the cost of living in 1925 the same as 2021?
No,
yes or no? Can you guys answer this?
Because time has a
Can you guys
variable.
answer this?
Is
this difficult for you guys, chat? Chat, are you guys having a hard time understanding this? It's not the same, right? So time is also a factor, but you're trying to go back and say that I said that area is the only factor. Area is the only factor. I don't have to prove that time is the factor because the factual year is 2021. Why do I have to make that a variable? This should be obvious to you.
Blackbird, can I talk real quick?
Why is that a variable? It's obvious. It's obviously 2021.
Can I talk, please?
So the area in the year 2021 matters. I don't have to explain to you that. I would figure that a fucking 5-year-old would understand this, but apparently you don't.
Can I talk, please?
Please, keep digging your own grave. This is fucking hilarious. Go ahead.
Okay. Your argument was that area is the only thing. You said nothing else. Was the only thing that affects the cost of living.
What year is it, bro? What year? Do I have to explain to you that it's the year 2021? Was that not implicit in what I said? So yes, the area affects us, but what year do we live in? I shouldn't have to explain this to you. You're trying to get me on a technicality, and it's so ridiculous that you need to reach this hard because, again, you watch too much Tyler Bluntman, who is a bad faith debater, and you're trying to take his tactics, and that shit does not work on me. It does not work on me. You can't do it. I would assume that you were intelligent enough to know what year it was, but apparently you don't.
Can I talk? Because you're worse than Eli Monty, bro. You're making Eli Monty look like a good debater. Okay.
Oh, sure, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So what I was trying to say. Okay. So would you admit that your original argument is flawed?
What is my original argument? And
your original argument.
Why would I in a debate say that my original argument? Why would I say that?
Yes or no question.
Why would I say no? It's just no. My original argument is not flawed.
Wait. So your original argument included time? You said time.
Do I have to? Are you serious? Do I have to tell you? Do I have to say time?
Blackbird.
No. This is literally, bro. I cannot believe I'm having this argument. I really can't believe it. This is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to fucking break down to you what year it is. Dude, my 6-year-old daughter knows what year it is. It is implied. This is ridiculous,
okay,
man.
let me talk. Okay, so your original.
You're trying so hard to give me a technicality, and I'm not going to let you do it. So either you move on, let me talk.
Or you talk, because you like the word counts like 1,000 to 100, bro. I'm getting barely anything in. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that your original argument, I stated it multiple times, just trying to confirm, so I don't straw manning.
You're saying the same shit Tyler said. You're saying the same shit Tyler said. Then you can't talk because you're a fucking idiot and I have no respect for you. None whatsoever.
Dude,
go ahead. Continue.
Can I finish for the love of God?
Continue.
Can I finish? Okay. Your original argument, and I literally confirmed this. Like I said, just to not strawman you, I kept asking. You said area was the only thing that had to do with the cost of living, and you literally said the word only. You said only multiple times, right? You said only. You did. So would you agree that your original argument is flawed because now you got to implement new variables, right?
I don't have to implement that variable because that variable is obvious. I shouldn't have to prove. I shouldn't have to prove to you what year it is. I shouldn't have to prove to you what year it is, and you keep trying to get me on a technicality, and I'm not allowing it because you're trying to get me on a technicality. I shouldn't. This should be implicit of what year it is. This is so ridiculous that I'm even debating this. Like, bro, you're not on my level. You're not on my level. You are like so far below that like this is why I don't go live with you guys, because you're wasting my time. You're legit wasting, like, I shouldn't have to explain to you that time is a factor because we currently live in the present. This is ridiculous. And you're trying so hard to get me in a technicality, and I will not let you do it. And you're mad at that because you have no solid argument. So you need a technicality to try to win this debate. It's ridiculous.
Okay, can I talk?
If you're gonna say the same thing again, bro, then you might as well just leave, because like I'm not gonna keep going in circles.
We're trying to argue.
Okay. Like the obvious factor of time.
Wait.
It should be obvious. This is obvious.
What? Yeah, I literally said in my original argument that there's tons of other variables. I even said that. I said that multiple times, that there's tons of other variables. There's like literally every single variable. There's so many variables, not just area. I literally stated earlier, I will admit area is a huge factor in the cost of living in a certain area. But you said that's the only one, and I literally said there's multiple other variables. That is your argument. And then you're like, okay, time as in your definition, that you're like, sucking that definition's dick. You're like, okay, this definition says place and time, which proves you wrong.
How does it prove me wrong?
Because you said, oh my god, this is so hard. Dude, I'm trying to let you talk here. I'm giving you. Okay, I'll keep talking.
How does it prove me wrong?
Okay, because you said the only factor, right? I said there's multiple factors. Not just area, right?
Was time one of your factors that you mentioned?
I didn't mention any factors. I just said there's multiple.
So it wasn't your argument. Okay, cool. So it wasn't your argument. So time wasn't your argument. Okay, continue.
No, I said there's multiple arguments. I said there's multiple variables. I can't quantify.
But you didn't say time
because there's tons.
Did you say time? Yes or no? This is like I don't understand. This is not hard.
Why does that matter, dude? Why does that matter?
Exactly. Why does it matter? What the fuck? Like,
why does it? No, because okay, you said that the area was the only one excluding every single one. You said the area was the only one excluding every single factor in the cost of living. You said area was the only one, nothing else. I said area is a huge factor, but there's multiple other factors. I didn't name it because I didn't think I had to. All right. Therefore, you said the only area, or the only factor is area. Therefore, if you implement time into your argument, not only did you just, you're not even arguing from your position anymore. Then you have to concede that your old position was trash, or you just have to concede to my. Actually, you literally already conceded because you said time and I said multiple variables. So, boom.
No,
you conceded because you said time. Literally, that's it. That's literally it.
I shouldn't. This is. I can't believe this. It's like. I don't like often debate stupid people. So let me get this straight. I said area was the only factor. Do I then have to explain to you like a child that we live in the year 2021?
Why does that matter? That's like saying, do I have to explain to you like a child that you live in Texas? Like, why does that matter? All right, all we're arguing is what.
Because it matters.
No, Blackbird. All we're arguing is the factors in what is the.
Are we arguing about the cost of living in 1925?
Zip your mouth real quick. I gotta talk about my mom real quick. Okay. Why didn't you bring it into your other argument? Okay, so would you agree, right, that your original argument, which was, hey, there is only one factor, which is area. That's the only factor because I said only multiple times, right? Only. Therefore, there's no other factor, right? Would you agree? And we don't even have to say it's your argument. We just say it's a common argument. Would you say that argument is wrong because time is a factor?
No, because I shouldn't have to explain time to you. That's ridiculous.
Wait. Time is a huge factor, though. Wouldn't you agree?
It depends on what time you're talking about.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily depend. It's just, it's part of it. It's part of the factor, right?
It depends on what time you're talking about. That's my answer. Depends, and we're not talking about the past. We're talking about now.
Like, okay, let's talk about from use your examples. 2021, 1925, right? Time's a factor there, right?
Yes, time is a factor there.
Perfect. That means it's not only area. That means time is a huge factor as well.
So you're saying? So are you saying? So let me.
God, Jesus fucking.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish the sentence. Go ahead.
Okay. Where was I at? Okay. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. What am I trying to say?
Of course not.
Okay. What I was trying to say is that you agree that time is a factor if it's like 2021, 1925. Therefore,
sure.
You literally just conceded on your old argument and admitted it was trash. Now you can make a new argument saying, oh, well, time and area are the only two factors now. There's no other factors.
No.
Oh my fucking God. So you say area is the only factor? You say and not time?
So are you again? You're trying to get me. You're trying to get me on a technicality, and I'm not going to let you do it. Bro, my IQ isn't like 40, bro. Like this is not difficult to understand. We talked about livable wage, right? In an area. We are under the presumption that we're talking about now.
No, we talked about cost of living, not livable wage. There's a difference.
Cost of living, yes, cost of living. Now.
Yeah, just want to make sure. Right? Okay.
Now.
So then, okay. All we're just saying, right? I'm just trying to explain it the best way possible. All we're saying, what are the factors that go into a cost of living? Cost of living, right? You said in your definition, right, that you love that definition, all right? You said, or your original argument, and we didn't bring up well, actually, I did, but then you said no to that definition later. But your original argument was that area was the only factor. You said area was the only factor, nothing else, right? Yo, my fault. My phone got overheated because I was on the fucking the wireless charger.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So what was I trying to say? All right. Do you want to continue the argument, or what was your point that you were trying to make? What is the point you're trying to make?
So you're trying to get me on a ridiculous technicality that because
I'm assuming
that because I said area was the only factor. Sure, I'll say that I said area was the only factor. That because now time is added as a factor, then my argument is wrong. Which is ridiculous.
Time out.
Which is ridiculous. Hold on. It's ridiculous because if you add a factor, it doesn't disprove my argument that area is a factor.
Except you said only.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It
literally does matter. That's like saying
because I thought that I wasn't arguing with an idiot who didn't know what year it was. God, that's why. That's why. It should be obvious. It should be obvious that I shouldn't have to say what the year is. That should be obvious. This is not something that I ever thought to say because it is a ridiculous notion to tell you what year it is.
Wait, so
this is like first grade kindergarten shit. I don't understand.
Wait,
what?
Why does the definition say it then? Why does the definition say it?
What do you mean? Why does the definition say it?
I mean, if we shouldn't, it doesn't matter. Why does that definition say
it? Because the definition is descriptive. It's descriptive. It still doesn't take away from my argument.
Just like your argument, it's descriptive. You're outlining that the only thing.
All right, whatever, bro. Move on. This is ridiculous. Like I shouldn't have to tell a fucking adult what year it is. I shouldn't have to tell an adult what year it is. This is very easy to understand.
Okay, this argument is going nowhere. Can I get you to concede that minimum wage is wrong in like 5 minutes real quick?
Can you get me to concede? No, but you can try. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Do you believe in bodily autonomy?
I don't care, bro.
You don't believe in it?
I don't care.
Wait, it's a yes or no? I mean, like...
Wait. So are you conceding the argument about what cost of living is?
No, that argument was getting...
Are you conceding the argument? So let's finish that then. Are you conceding the argument or not?
You literally just admitted it's going nowhere. You literally just...
Are you conceding the argument or not? It's going nowhere because you're trying to give me a technicality. I'm not going to let you do it. So are you conceding the argument or not?
No, you literally.
Okay, so prove to me that cost of living is subjective.
Oh my God. Okay.
And it's not based on area and or time, if you want to say that.
Would you agree that it varies more than just?
No. I got on with you because you had a shit take about cost of living, and that is what we came on to debate.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, that's perfect. Your argument, cost of living is based on area, right? I say there's more areas. Right, and I said, okay, there's multiple factors, right? There's more than one factor. It's more than
like
just
what?
area, right?
And I don't mean like some hyperbolic fucking store owner.
Factor on the cost of living. Time is a major
sure.
factor, right?
Sure.
And actually, that's a huge major factor. I don't know why you didn't bring it up. That's a huge major factor.
Because it's obvious. The fuck, like.
Just because it's obvious doesn't. Just because it's obvious doesn't mean you can't. Don't have to include it in your argument.
No, I don't, because it's obvious. Like this is so ridiculous.
Why?
Because I shouldn't have to tell a grown person what year it is.
Wait, oh my.
This is so dumb.
That's so fucking dumb. That's like saying, do we live in the U.S.? Do we live in the U.S.? That's like, why does that matter? Why does that matter?
Because we live in the U.S. What the fuck are you talking about,
no,
bro? What are you talking about?
How is that even a refutation of my argument, dude? What? Okay, your original argument. I think this is the last time I'm going to explain it. I'm going to try going into this other argument because for some reason,
you don't have to explain it anymore because it's dumb.
Okay. Would you? Okay. Wait, time out. You would agree would you agree now to put in the definition of time? Because apparently I'm just a 13-year-old, or like, would you say I'm immature? I have no idea what I'm talking about, right?
I shouldn't have to explain to you what year it is. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't know why you don't understand this. I shouldn't have to explain to you what year it is.
Why does that matter though? How is that a factor? Or how
because it doesn't matter. That's the point.
How does that matter though? How does that matter? Or like, how does that refute my argument?
How does it refute your argument? Because it is still based on area, which is, again, where you live, and time, which is the year 21. You cannot refute that the year is 21. What do you... Can you refute that the year is 2021? Can you refute that?
I'm not arguing that the year is not 2021, dumbass. I'm saying that cost of living changes with time.
Okay. That wasn't your argument, though?
Yes, that was literally my argument. My argument is that multiple variables.
You said multiple variables. That wasn't your argument. Multiple variables. It does. So you're saying that you left yourself open. So let me get this straight. You're saying that because you said multiple variables, then you left yourself open to all variables. But because I said area and only area is what matters, without having to explain to you that time should be a factor here, that any other variable allows you to just automatically win the argument. Is that what you're saying? That your argument that there are multiple variables changes the definition of what I read to you.
That makes me.
Does it change the definition of what I read to you? Yes or no?
It means I win. Yeah, like
no, it doesn't. 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 Bro,
wait. Only means exclusive. Like that's the only one. That means there's no other factor. That means there's no other factor. If you said area has it,
bro, you're trying. You are grasping at straws to get a technicality so badly because you can't admit that you don't know what cost of living is.
Dude,
you don't know what cost of living is.
Holy shit!
You don't know what cost of living is.
I gave you my.
You don't know what cost of living is.
Literally conceded. Okay, my definition of cost.
So what you're doing is that you're trying. So you want to talk about an appeal to definition fallacy? That is exactly what you're doing. You're saying that because I originally said it's only based on area. That definition, because I looked it up to get a better wording of it, because it now adds a factor of time, which should be obvious, then that debunks my argument. That doesn't make any logic. That's not logically consistent, bro. You have no logic, and I'm not surprised that you can't understand this, because you don't have any logic. This is not difficult to understand.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. Now that you're done acting like a 14-year-old child, and I'll agree. I'm acting a little mature to myself, but the difference is you're grown, man. So what? Okay. Yes, it literally means. Okay, first of all, what is appeal to definition? That's the first thing I want. What does appeal to definition mean?
I don't care. Next.
Okay, so then you can't use it in your argument. Okay, so
sure, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so then your argument is partially wrong right there automatically.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, cool. What was your next argument? I forgot.
What are you talking about?
What was your second part of the argument? There's a second part of the argument I forgot about.
Of which argument? Of the cost of living?
No, the last part. The last point you just made. Like 30 seconds ago.
That because you believe that you said multiple variables, right?
Okay,
then you are. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. So like, let's say that you have this like, okay, let's go back to this hypothetical. Because I actually am curious why you don't like, I mean, you and I would agree it happens, but for some reason you don't want to use it. I have a good relationship with the store owner. I have a great relationship with the store owner, right? If he gives me a discount and he doesn't give anybody else a discount, isn't that a variable on my cost of living?
Ask the question again.
Okay, cool. So if I have a great relationship with the store owner, right, and he, gives me a discount, and he gives me a discount on this certain product, right, that I need, like food or something, right? He gives me a great discount, but he doesn't give it to everybody else because he's going to lose money. He only gives it to me because we're pretty good pals, right?
Sure.
So wouldn't that account for like my cost of living? Isn't that a variable for my cost of living?
No. Because it is not my cost of living. It is not my cost of living.
God.
It is.
It's not yours, but it's
no.
It's not yours, but it's mine,
it is not. Because there is no my cost. We're not debating my cost of living. We're debating the cost of living. We're debating the cost of living, not my cost of living.
Wait.
We're debating the cost of living, not my cost of living.
Dude, my argument is that it's different for each person. Would you not agree?
That the cost of living is different for each person? No, I do not agree with that.
Okay. Let's just do some simple math. Real quick, right? I pay $250 for rent because I live with roommates, right? I get a great discount from this other guy. Let's say I only have to pay like $50 bucks for groceries each week, right? So doing the math, that's 250 plus 50, that's 300, right? Then another person who doesn't have the opportunity has to pay $1,000 for rent, right? But he doesn't also get the discount for the groceries, so he has to do $1,100. What's his cost of living? It's $1,100, but what's mine? Say it one more time.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about the cost of living, not your cost of living. It doesn't matter. What is the rent? What is the rent of both apartments?
Mine's
$1,000. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. The cost of living for an apartment in that area is $1,000. This does not change based on your personal circumstance. Because I have 4 roommates, I do not invariably overall pay less money for the cost of living.
It literally means.
How do you not understand this? The rent is still $1,000.
Say your definition one more time. Just say your definition one more time. Right? Go look at it real quick.
The cost of living is the amount of money needed to cover basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare in a certain place and time period.
Oh, perfect. How much does it cost me, and how much does it cost that other person we're talking about?
What are you talking about?
Okay. Your definition said pretty much the expenses or needs for like healthcare, all that stuff, right? How much does it cost him or that person that you
don't forget in a certain place or don't forget in a certain place or time. Don't leave that part out.
Say that. That doesn't matter, but we can say that, right? How much does it cost him, and how much does it cost me?
What are you talking about? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, mine's $300. His is $1,100, right? That's the
cost,
right?
No. The rent, which is equivalent to the cost of living, is $1,000.
What's my rent? Like what?
It doesn't matter what your rent is. That doesn't change the cost of living in the area. It doesn't change the cost of living.
How much do I pay? How much do I pay?
Jesus Christ! It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. This is fucking not like simple. This is not hard to understand. The rent is $1,000. That is the cost of living. That is the cost of living. This is how we extrapolate the data, because when we determine cost of living, we don't say, oh, what if somebody has kids? What if somebody has roommates? We say, how much money should we pay one individual to allow them to have housing, healthcare, food, hygiene products, etc. That is how we determine the cost of living in an area. We don't say like, oh, you have 50 roommates. It doesn't matter. The cost of living of the area is not affected by whether or not you have 1,000 roommates or no roommates. The cost of living in the area remains the same. This is not difficult to understand.
You're saying the average cost. You're saying the average cost, right?
It doesn't matter. Average, not yes.
Blackbird, you're saying the average cost in the area. Average doesn't mean objective, right? And you agree to that, right?
Again, you're playing a semantical argument.
Dude, oh my
This
God.
is a semantical argument. This is a semantical argument. You're trying to say that average doesn't mean subjective. Average means.
I'm sorry, man. I gotta go because this is just making my brain hurt so much, man.
Yeah,
You take it easy, man.
Me too.
You stay safe. You stay safe, man.